The purpose of this video is to clarify what you should be doing as a student in Canvas over the remainder of the school year in Mr. Fisher, Miss Luxon's, and Mr. Patel's math courses. This is an example of a home screen of one of my Canvas pages. In particular, this is geometry. This video applies to Algebra 9 as well. One thing to notice is the most recent announcements are now on the home page. We will be sending weekly announcements to let you know what we think you should be working on that week and where we think you should be in the modules by the end of that week. Additionally, on the home page is a tutorial for using your online book and some of the resources that are there. I highly recommend checking it out if you are unfamiliar with getting into the book on big ideas or using some of the resources on big ideas. The things you should be working on are all going to be in the modules, and we have made new modules to try to organize the things you should be working on. A new module that we have made is accessing your ebook video, as well as this video as soon as it is completed will be in this tutorials and resources module for your reference. Each week we will be sending updates to alert you as to what modules we think you should be working through. The first module in geometry that we posted earlier is the Essential Knowledge Right Triangles module. You'll note that it says you need to complete all items in this module to unlock the next module. In the module, there are several things. Each module contains pages that have information on the sections of the book and topics that are a part of the module. In the pages, there will be either handouts for you to work through. There are also worksheets for you to open and download, as well as the answer key to check your work. In this particular module, there's also an embedded video for as a review / extension. At the bottom, there are the assignments that go along with the topic in the of the section, and you should be completing these to the best of your ability on big ideas. Note that none of these are for grade. These are simply to help you get practice with the skills that are in the section to make sure that you are prepared for the material in that section. Additionally, some modules will have videos that accompany them. These videos are meant to walk you through the handouts or the notes that are in that section. So note this particular section has a handout, similar right triangles. These are very, very similar to the notes that we would have completed in class. You can download them and print them if you can, or if you don't have the ability to print, that's okay. These are just the examples of problems that you should be able to complete and work through when you're done with the unit. We also have completed versions of those handouts. These are filled in versions for you to look back against, as well as big ideas assignments to go along with problems that were in those. When you complete the big ideas assignments and you've worked and looked over the sample problems, to mark that you're done, simply come over to the top right hand corner and click Mark as Done, and it will note that you've completed that part of the module. You will click this on your own when you are done. As you go, you'll note that Canvas marks that that you've completed, that you've checked off your work as you've gone. Also note that for any sections that have handouts with them, there are videos underneath that correspond to those. To complete these, all you need to do is open the video and watch the video. Again, these videos are of one of the three of us going through the information in the handouts that correspond with these learning targets. And these are great examples of how to work through those problems and how to complete examples similar to it. Again, after you've watched through the video and click it through, Canvas will automatically mark that you have completed that part of the module. Finally, to complete the module in its entirety, there's a check for understanding at the end of each. These are Canvas quizzes that represent the sorts of problems that if you can understand them, complete correctly, then you should have a good understanding of what was in that module. Each quiz has a time limit. This means that when you start the quiz, you have that long to complete it. Note that these checks for understanding are not graded as a part of your PowerSchool grade. So whether you well or poorly on them is not going to change your grade in any way. What they are there for is to check to make sure that you've understood what the material is before you move on. If you do not get above the threshold, in this case, this particular quiz, you need to earn at least 8 points on. If you do not earn at least those points, please contact your teacher. They will go over the answers to your quiz. They will give you feedback. And then after you've got that feedback, you'll have an opportunity to take the quiz a second time, or a third if necessary. After you've successfully completed everything in the modules, then the next module will unlock. If your module does not unlock right away, that's because we haven't got it available for you yet. And again, keep tabs on the announcements that we send to alert you that new modules have been unlocked for you to work on. If you complete a module early, then fantastic. Don't feel pressured or rushed into moving on to the next one right away. As long as you're keeping up with our suggested work for the week, you should feel confident that you're doing well. Finally, there are some modules at the end that are simply just the resources that we already covered prior to leaving school. These are here just for you to look back on if you so choose, but there's nothing in these that you need to do any more with. They're just there as a resource. I hope this helps clarify what you should be working on and what we expect you to do. As you have questions, please continue to contact your teacher, and they will get back to you as soon as possible with answers. You can also post questions in the discussion forums on Canvas. We're setting up places for you to post those questions for us to respond as well, and we'll do our best to get back to you in a timely manner.